Everybody believes that at some point in time, they're going to turn it on, or some point in time, they're going to catch momentum, or some point in time, they're going to become what it is they want to become just by circumstance or by default or by breathing the air. That's not what it takes, bro. People who think that get to the end of their life and they're like, I wasted my life. Okay, that's what they end up thinking. And there's really nothing worse than that. There's nothing worse than getting to the end of your life and saying, damn, dude, I didn't even really try.
I would recommend you use the resources you have to create the life you want. And so if the cards that you have dealt right now are anger and fear and disappointment, then you can either wallow in those or you can turn something good out of it. And so, I mean, I love the saying, you can either let life beat the strength out of you or you can let it beat it into you. And I think that you can use that. You could put pain, you could put disappointment, you could put fear, you could put whatever that life, thing is. And so it's just a decision of whether these circumstances are going to serve me or I'm going to serve them. And so I think that whatever your raw materials are, a lot of people lament what cards they're dealt, but you don't have control over those cards. You only have control of how you play the hand. Mm-hmm. And so I think everyone just needs to move past that and, stop the pissing contest on who had a sadder upbringing.
Anything is possible if you do the work. And if you don't want to, I don't give a shit. I don't know you, people at home. I don't. If you stay broke, it affects me zero. But please don't, for the sake of yourself. Like, it doesn't help me. But just don't do it. It sucks.
Massive amounts of people leave greatness inside of them out of fear of what others will think. And I did that for a very long time. It took me a while to get to the point where I would put myself out there, all out of fear of what people think. So I completely resonate with people that feel that way. But what I'll tell you is, once you do it, you realize that number one, people don't care about you as much as you think they do.
Most people spend their entire lives wishing shit was easy, wishing it was fair. It's not fucking fair. Wishing it was, it would line up to be perfect for them. And because they're waiting for this and because it's never coming, they never go. And when they never go, they never become anything. And that's what leads to a wasted life. So you have to realize conditions are never going to be perfect. Things are always going to be hard. The only hope that you have is to become someone who can push through that hard regardless of what the is going on. And if you can build that level of discipline, that level of mental toughness to execute when things are not ideal, when things are extremely hard, nothing can stop you on your journey to becoming whatever it is you're trying to become. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
The habits are what will determine whether or not you're going to achieve the goal. Your habits. It's what you do every day on a regular basis. And by the way, you look at your habits 9 times out of 10, you'll find your problems. Someone says, well, I'm not making enough money. Well, what are your habits? And if you start auditing your habits, you realize, dude, I'm not really doing much.
The thing that motivates me is success. It is the best drug in the world. And nobody talks about it. My drug of choice is winning. And the more I win, the more I want to win. Go get on the Gulf Stream. Go get on my plane one day. Let me fly you guys from here to back to London on my 650. You'll be fucked up forever. What happens is most of the people watching right now never had the experience. We never put our feet in anything that's amazing. So the guy's like, I don't need to fly private. I don't need a mansion. You've never been in one, man. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. I don't need money. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand, like, well, I had money once. No, you didn't have enough money. Okay. I went big and it didn't work. No, you went big and stopped. You should have gone bigger to find out what big was. Like, most people just don't have the experience. This is why in black communities and brown communities, the kids don't have any examples. Even in white communities, like if you grew up poor, white, single mom, you don't have any examples of like possibilities. So you're like, okay, I'm going to get a good job and I'm going to be grateful for my job.
What would you say the most consistent trait amongst successful people you've interviewed?
Consistency. So there's nobody that I know that has managed to be successful without being consistent. Like, consistency doesn't guarantee that you're successful, but if you're not consistent, you can guarantee that you won't reach success. Like, on every single fucking, it's just impossible. Like,
the conversation that you have in your head with self, your subconscious mind, control your thoughts, and your thoughts will control your actions, and your actions will control your outcome. And so if you can't take that steering wheel away from the inner bitch and give it to your inner advocate who's rooting for you, who believes in you, who knows you're capable, and you have everything you need to succeed, then what's going to happen, man? So you got to be able to understand that you will believe whatever you tell yourself and that you have absolute control over the conversation.
Like, dude, somebody wants to know the source of their problems. It's their mindset, their skill set, or their habits. If they want to find the reason for their success, it's their mindset, their skill set, and their habits. Your habits can make you, your habits can break you. And that's what's crazy is like, dude, that's not rocket science. That's pretty simple shit. You want to be in shape? Eat right and work out. Huh? You want a better relationship? Stop being a dick. Huh? How about that?
Right.
You know, you want to make more money? Meet more people. Like, dude, it's not rocket science, but we all want to think that it is. You know why? Because it might make us feel better that we're not already successful. It like softens the blow. Because if it was easy, now I'm a real loser. Right? I'm a loser if it's easy. So no, it can't be that easy. And it is that easy.
Sadness comes from the perceived lack of options. That's why it feels like hopelessness. You don't know what to do. That's why you feel sad. And you can solve that with knowledge, right? Because sadness is actually an ignorance issue. You just don't know. So if you did know what to do, then you wouldn't be sad anymore because you know what action to take. Anxiety is the opposite of that, which is you have many options in front of you, but you don't know which to take, which is a lack of priorities. And you solve that with a decision. And so usually you have lots of decisions that you haven't made, and then that's why you have anxiety. And so you need to confront decisions you need to make.
Sometimes you have to leave your environment to unlock new information. And once you unlock new information, you end up being in a situation whereby you make better decisions. You make decisions based off of the information that you have, and you cause problems in your life based off of believing that information. Yeah. So if you have a fucked up life and your ecosystem isn't good, it's most likely something that you've identified or you believe, or something that you kind of see. If you want to become a more resilient individual, more adapted individual, you have to go to different ecosystems and gain new information.
People don't need you as much as you think they do. Okay. And they don't care about you as much as you think they do. Okay. Nobody cares how you do your hair and what you're wearing. The dickheads that comment it and you're worried about, they're dickheads anyway. Mm-hmm. Like, who cares what they think? Damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, ultimately it boils down to stop seeking validation from other people, right? Invest money more wisely and read new information on a regular basis so your beliefs can change and you get more valuable as an individual. The more valuable you are, the more money you make, right?
As long as you can be in a place where you're constantly looking to the next place, and you don't let anything get in the way of that or hinder that, then you have a really good chance to be everything you ever wanted to be in life.
100%. Imagine tripping over a rock that's behind you. It makes no sense. So why are you picking up the bullshit from the past and allowing it to trip your future and your present? It doesn't matter what cards you were dealt. The question is, what are you going to do now? So many people's identities is found in their trauma. So many people place their identity on their past, what somebody else did to, but what are you going to do about it? How are you going to change the narrative? How are you going to evolve? How are you going to use it to empower you to reach the next level? Dude, what was the difference between the Joker and Batman? They both had childhood trauma. It's what was forged from that trauma. Exactly. One became a hero, one became a villain. So you're writing your story. Nobody's writing it for you. Yeah, things happen, bullshit happens, but you have the power within yourself to determine if you want to be the hero of your story, if you want to be the villain. And most people are self-sabotaging, but if they can understand that the principle is your past doesn't determine who you are right now, that if you focus on becoming successful in every area of life, health, wealth, love, and happiness, this quadrant for a successful life, you can actually live a life of impact. You can impact others, you can impact yourself, not with your words, but with your actions. And you end up leaving the world in a better way than you found it. And that to me is a life worth living.